Welcome back. Well, the equity markets are flip-flopping between green and red, and it's all about the GDP number. Let's see what's happening in commodities. What's keeping the international commodity markets excited this Monday? Manisha, good morning. You tell us, what are the headlines?
Well, last month of this year, and if you look at the agriculture commodities, well, that is where I'm putting focus on right now, because we just keep talking about non-agri all the time, but agriculture is a big space. Internationally, especially, you have big monies being made into this one, and the volumes are on the higher side as well. I'll start with edible oil space, and here we've seen some bit of a decline coming in. Soybean, for one, while, of course, in the month of November did see some gains, but flat on the larger side, has seen a 24% decline. If you look at the other edible oil prices, that pretty much has been the case. But for soybean especially, well, the prices have been on a downtrend for 2 years now. We've seen rise in global supplies. It also has to do with the fact that the prices have been on a downward trajectory since May 2022. And that is the time we saw 10-year highs in case of soybean there. I also want to take you to other commodities. While wheat prices have seen a decline in this year, thank God for that, because one, you have higher supplies coming in. The global 2024-25 number for the international markets is looking higher at 79.3 million tons there. Take a look at the cotton prices, and it hasn't been a great year for cotton. One, you had higher supplies. Two, the demand wasn't so strong. The freight has been higher. It has been delayed movement of shipments as well, and all of that continued to weigh onto the markets there. And then when you talk about sugar, well, that has been another area where we've seen prices decline on a month-on-month basis, but for the year, 2.5% on the higher side. Brazil for 2024-25 is looking at a record crop, and that continues to keep the prices in check. Much of that speculative activity that we saw in the first half of the year for sugar also seems to be now getting out. And December is a month where you see a lot of books getting closed, trades getting unwinded. So that is the time that you could be looking at further declines, especially on this one. Well, that has been about losers, but these are the gainers, adding to the inflation in the market as well. So palm, for one, gained up by 7% for the month of November, 35% up. Well, palm is used in edible oils, as in sense of food, your cosmetics, your detergents, your pharmaceuticals, and we do know that the price rise has come in sense of soaps and shampoos. That is where palm also goes in. Sunflower has been on a higher side as well, 60% up in this year. We've seen rubber prices gain up by 25% as well. And if you look at the other commodities, well, coffee and cocoa should come back on your screens yet again, because the major run-up has actually come in for that. Coffee prices have gained up by 70% in this year, and cocoa is up by nearly 116% as well. Well, we have seen Brazil output continue to decline. Vietnam is another big one when it comes to coffee. There as well, we've seen output decline. Cocoa is a major crop in Ghana and Ivory Coast, and we have seen prices at an all-time highs in this year into that one as well. So while essential commodities like wheat, rice, edible oil has seen a decline, but all your exclusive commodities, a bit of a luxury commodities, all have seen strong gains.
And now we know why our cafe mocha has gotten more and more expensive over the course of this year, and it doesn't look like there's any respite around the corner, Manisha. Thank you so much for that.